It's time to put your lunch pail in your cubby and punch the clock, because you're about to start the first day of your career in science.
And how?
Dad fights.
Hey, knock it off.
Wuss?
Knock it off.
Wuss? We're doing more of Adventure Brothers. So more of the adventure into the adventure into the venture adventure.
Adventure into the adventure with the Venture Brothers. I finally got it.
Okay, what he said.
What he said.
It's gonna be in the title. You can give it a goog.
Technically episode 3, but if you're first started, it's episode 2. But we are in
Yes, episode 2 on the DVD. 3 DVD. Oh my God, we're so old.
3 streaming.
Yeah.
3 stream 2D.
Or TV. I think it says
TVD.
too. Wikipedia can't keep up because
No
I
one
keep
can.
going into Venture Brothers shit and changing
Just
it
changing
up
it.
just
Good
to
call.
agree with us. You know, that's what Wikipedia's for.
So our podcast sounds more legit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
those guys tell
yeah.
the facts.
Yeah.
Because Wikipedia agrees with them.
Hey, guy Adam adjusts the fucking facts on Wikipedia. Wait, the wiki fandom for Venture Brothers is written by that guy? Oh my God, it's terrible.
Watch out.
Yeah.
Careers in science.
Careers. Did you ever want a career in science? Did you ever want to?
Because of Beekman's World.
Okay.
Yeah, because I want to hang out with the giant rat and like
Yeah, the hot chick.
crazy hot
Yeah.
weird chick.
Yeah, she was on a lot of cocaine.
So was Beekman.
Yeah,
I think the big rat, he just like drank beer and smoked blunts.
probably. Yeah, he probably hung out with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. Yeah. Rat-a-tat.
Yeah, Ratatouille.
Ratatouille, rat-tat.
There's also Mr. Wizard. You know.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Mr.
Yeah,
Wizard.
he was I would say, was he classy?
He was classy as
Yeah, he's
hell. He was
classier
a
than
gentleman
Bill
wizard.
Nye.
Yeah, he was.
Bill Nye's a fucking work.
So careers in science.
Yeah, careers in science.
Basically boils down that we find out about Jonah's venture.
Okay.
Rusty's dad. We find out he's a super scientist who created a motherfucking space
The
station.
ninth wonder of the
The
world.
ninth wonder of the world.
Gargantuan one.
Creates that with his 10-year-old son, Rusty.
Yeah, sweet little scamp.
Little guy. But years later, Jonas is dead. Spoiler alert. And Rusty's a middle-aged man. And there's a problem with it.
Yeah.
And they have no one else to call to but little Rusty.
Yeah.
So they call little Rusty up, and he tries to fix the problem, and turns around. Rusty's blaming his dad. Turns out Rusty was the problem all along, and Brock gets laid.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the boys beat the ever-loving shit out of Helper and just toss him into space.
I mean, well, they thought he was Phantom
Space
Man.
So that's pretty much the rundown. That's
That
the summary.
is the rundown.
But now we'll get into the nits and bits of it.
Little spoiler alert for the episode. Problem Light comes back on.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That's
Because of the pea suit.
The pea
That's
suit.
how it kind of ends.
Yep.
And I think a funnier title for this versus Careers in Science, I think if Lucas Arts made this game, they would have called it Revenge of the Piss.
Revenge of the Piss.
Yeah.
Piss happens.
Piss happens. I don't have that breakdown, the outline. Do you have that?
What do you mean outline? Like just
that one that I texted you.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, so we did the summary. You got some sweet one-liners from this episode.
Well, before we go into sweet one-liners, I wanted to talk about the beginning when the boys are fighting, and he's like, "I brought you in the world and take you," that whole part.
Yeah.
But he mentions how he made the boys as a moment of passion.
Yeah. I mean,
So was he just passionate in science on creating them? Because spoiler alert, if anyone's seen the movie, the boys
our clones.
are clones, and they don't have a
I mean,
mom.
hey, they needed that genetic material from his manly parts.
So he had the passion of science.
Yeah, passion
For
of
science.
Passion
For
of the,
science.
Yeah.
In my hands. Okay.
Or
okay.
into a test tube. I don't know.
All right.
It could have been one of those like horse ejaculators from Rick and Morty. I don't know. I wasn't there.
Yeah, we just saw the
He
aftermath.
could ask Helper. He may have documented everything.
We probably did.
But yeah, that
Or
was an
Helper.
epic one-liner. The I brought you into this world.
I could take you out.
Yeah.
Suckers.
Yeah.
I did like the phallic ship
Yes.
easing into
the
space station.
The big red rocket.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's always like the red rocket. But one-liners, no. I don't really have any one-liners on this one.
What? Not even Phantom Space
Oh,
Man.
oh.
He's a big fat jerk.
He's a bit, yeah. Why is he? He's got to keep his hands free, Dino.
Yeah.
Why is he using
He
that as a
doesn't have
weapon?
any other weapon. He's got to teach me that move.
Pace yourself, Brock. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. Pace yourself.
That's not Phantom Space Man.
That's Lieutenant Valvidian?
I don't know.
Russian lady.
Yeah.
Brock has a thing for Russian ladies. That just dawned on me.
Or
just
Russian
now.
ladies have a thing for Brock.
I don't know. Cock tease kind of teases him the whole time.
Yeah,
and in
but
the end,
it's
she didn't
in
really
the
care.
Name. That's true. That
But
is true.
Brock has a soft spot for the Russians.
Perhaps.
ladies.
I don't know. Yeah, it's like, I mean, he looks like a Cold War vet. Yeah.
Yeah. When that chick, like, she's super fugly, but he's still, because of the accent.
I mean, we never got
Keep-
to see the face, and even in the encyclopedia, doesn't shit just a blank face.
Blank face. Keep the helmet on.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's on. It's off. It's on.
Oh, yeah.
It's off.
It's called Blinking
It's called
Boys.
Blinking Boys. That's the one. That's my
That's a
favorite
good
one-liner.
one. I like when Brock's in the cargo bay and he says, "This whole place smells like brand new radio. It's got that new radio smell."
Also known as Radio Shack. Brought to you by Radio Shack.
Yeah, I like when they're going to town on Helper, thinking it's Fan of Spaceman.
And they're all just like saying shit.
It keeps yelling, "Die! Vengeance!" They fucking stomp him into a puddle of fucking oil and
Puddle
parts.
oil, and then they just toss him into space.
Yeah, and then
But
they do a very sad go team
We
venture.
did it. But yeah, Helper looking like Buckethead. I like that part.
Yeah,
Buckethead.
yeah, with the cape and
Keeping the bucket.
congratulations.
When Phantom Spaceman gets on top of Brock. Yeah, shake him off, Brock. Shake him
Yeah.
off. That's right.
What's he doing with this? He doesn't have any other weapons.
Is that what he wants? He's got to keep his hands free.
Oh my god, he's hideous. I think he got deformed by space rays.
No, that's not a Phantom Spaceman. That's Lieutenant
Yeah.
or Dr. Val. I can't pronounce her name. Valvidian.
Val Vivian Banks.
That's how I wrote it.
Yeah. But Colonel Bud Masterson, the other person living on the space station, he's like, I used to be
Manstrong.
Manstrong. I don't know Masterson. I can't read my handwriting. He used to be
Manstrong.
the paper boy
Yeah.
on the station.
On the station,
So
yeah.
he doesn't know Rusty? You don't think they ever crossed paths? Because
Yeah, I don't know.
he thought Brock was Dr. Venture.
He's probably older than Rusty, I'm assuming.
Okay.
Maybe he was like a teenage paper
So you
boy.
assumed, little Rusty would have grown into a larger man like his
Just
father.
like his father, but instead
Not
he
a
was just
frail little guy pill popping diet pills.
diet pills. Yeah.
I need my diet pills.
Bye, Dad. After he takes his diet pills. But yeah, that's the introduction to Jonas and the whole battle that Rusty has with his dad.
Yeah.
We get that whole father-son
Yeah,
relationship.
it didn't really set up like how badass his dad was. This crew of kick-ass mercenaries. Were they mercenaries? I don't know, like the A-Team. and
Yeah.
Going on sweet-ass fucking Hanna-Barbera style adventures. like
Justice
Johnny
League,
Quest.
basically.
Yeah. Phantom Spaceman.
Oh, of course, and you got Brock in the cargo bay.
Oh, yeah.
Rusty accidentally opens up the cargo doors.
Yeah.
Brock goes out into space, comes back, just
Yeah.
spits blood out of his
Yeah.
nose. I'm gonna go lie down for a bit.
Yeah. He's like, I had a golf ball size piece.
No, kiwi
Oh,
size.
yeah, kiwi size.
I coughed up a kiwi size of something, but everything seems intact.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go lie down for a bit.
I shook the man's hand. He's got these big old fat hands. I bet he has a giant mushroom down there.
He's got a Smurf living in it. Good old Bud
And
Manstrong.
he got into you in your lap area.
He got into you. That's what got into me.
You got-
It was a good one, man. It is a good beginner episode, and which from the book apparently that was their first TV script that they
Okay.
wrote. Yeah, that's the
Nice.
first script TV.
That should have been the pilot, because it kind of sets up
The whole-
everything.
the whole
But it didn't set up
introduction.
the bad guys and the guild, but we'll get there.
And then of course we had the Brock beating the shit out of Bud Manstrong. And we had
Yeah.
the Twitch.
Yeah, it's
Twitch-
like
so
just
far,
don't,
Twitch
don't
has
put,
been
don't
every
put your
episode.
hands on him. Don't threaten him. He will go off on you. That
Yeah.
guy's a loose cannon. He's like a pit bull.
He is
You
a
just
pit
don't
bull.
know.
He'll just unleash on you.
Yeah.
Unleash.
Like when he pees his spacesuit thinking, hey, there's a waste collection pouch. Just pisses himself. That's pretty fun.
That's pretty fun, yeah. Space
You're
game.
wearing like spaceman pants.
These are waist collection pants.
Are they? Yeah, those are from the Michael Kelly Tech collection.
Yes. Yes. Yep. I even told my wife, I'm like, Adam and I, we call these Michael pants.
Yeah, because
My brother,
Michael,
my
in
oldest
his,
brother.
yeah, in his 30s, all he wore was like tech pants, like
The-
Columbia tech pants. Yeah.
Yep.
But to his defense, they are the most comfortable pants.
Yes.
Ever.
And you can move so
Yeah.
freely.
Except for these ones don't look like his with that turned into shorts.
That turned into shorts. Yeah. I had a pair of those.
Those are the
Right.
best.
And
It's
then,
like
then I lost the bottom, like one of the bottom parts, not the other one. So I was like,
Like,
I look like LL Cool J. I'm out of here.
you're gonna start doing like extreme sports, like BMXing, dork. Look at this cool guy. Are you wearing some chunky DCs from the '90s? Do they still make those?
Probably.
Do you remember all the cool dads wore those, like when we were kids?
Mhm.
Like, oh, your dad's not cool. He wears New Balance. My dad's cool. He wears DCs.
DC's so
Yeah,
cool.
all the cool dads dressed like in his 20s.
Dad cool.
Yeah,
DC's.
Yeah.
Dad's cool.
Dad's cool.
So Venture Brothers, one thing I did like that they still keep up is the whole 60s, 70s like sci-fi like feel.
Yeah.
But it's funny because now we're like, in the 2000s when this came out, and like no one changed the logos. They just kept it. Like Jonas said, this is how we're gonna do my logos for the space station.
Yeah.
And then for the suits, they're like,
Yeah.
as they put in the book, the Kubrick orange.
Yeah, it's the classic blue V.
Yeah. And like Rusty never messed with changing the brand until later on when they get in New York. But yeah,
But, but the New York stuff was not his inventions. That's his
brother who
brother's,
who tried to rebrand the Venture. Yeah.
I mean, that guy was just cool. Little Joni.
Little
Joni Jr.
Little JJ.
Yeah.
My favorite.
Help her makes it back to Earth safely. I like the lady. She's on the cell phone. She's like, I got another call.
Someone's trying to fax me.
Yeah, I don't think that probably went over a lot of people's heads. They're like, "What the fuck's a
What's a
fax?
fax?
What's a fax
What's a
tone?
fax?"
What is that?"
That's what sounded like logging on to
Yeah,
AOL.
yeah, you got mail.
You got mail.
I'm like, I just want to say boobs. There's some dude like in his 30s in 1995 with he just got the yellow pages thrown at his fucking front door, and then all the yellow pages in the 90s. This is gonna date me. Became with AOL, a CD for AOL, and you
Yep.
pop that in. And hey, you had the internet.
What'd you have like for an hour or something? It was like a free hour of
I don't know
AOL
what
or
it was. All I know
a
is
day's worth?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, hey, you can jump on and then use that 1 hour to download like a 30-second pornographic clip and then wreck yourself and then. Yeah. That's a history lesson for you. Back in the day, we didn't have high-speed internet. We had three options. One is convenience store magazines. I'm thinking like
Cherry.
Yeah, Cherry.
We got-
Yeah, that
That's
was
the best
that
one.
was the raunchiest one. And then you had the DVDs. You had the arcade. The
no,
stick-
VHS.
Oh,
Adam.
that's right.
There's
I'm
no such
sorry.
thing
Yeah,
as DVDs.
And here's the
there's
thing, man.
VHS.
Like the VHS tapes weren't like the slim VHS or not the cool Disney, the plastic
We're
pop
talking
case.
about
No, they put them in like fucking shoebox style boxes, and you shake out the shoebox style like size thing, thinking, oh, is this like a 4 VHS thing? No, it's
Just
it's
one.
styrofoam. It's just one,
just one
and you're like, okay, cool. Do I really need this giant box? And you're going,
that says "ass blasters" and like huge font
Yeah,
that
like,
covers like most of the box.
they give you
Some
like
chick
this,
all bent
this
over.
black like an innocuous plastic bag, and
They try. Then you got
you're
ass
coming
blasters
home,
popping
you
out of the
got your
top.
kid like, did you get me a Nerf gun, Daddy? I'm like, no, get the f- back. I got something for myself because your mama ain't putting out this weekend. I had to take some matters into my own hands. This tape cost me $50.
Yeah, that was the other thing.
Yeah.
It cost like $50. You're like, really?
Yeah, and you're like fast forward to that scene that's really gonna do it
The one's
for
gonna
you.
do it. Yeah, the topper.
Yeah, growing up in the '90s.
Oh, and then internet.
Oh yeah.
That was the third choice.
the
That was the
internet,
third one.
it was so slow. It's like, hey, you got this hour of AOL. It takes like 10 minutes to download an image. There was no streaming service. It was like you had to download stuff.
It would just download like this from top to bottom, and you're like, you see the chick's head, you're like, she's hot.
Yeah.
She's got a nice neck.
Yeah.
3 hours later, her shoulders look all right. She's got nice shoulders.
Well, we'll just jump
And then
back
go down, and you're
come
like,
back
all
to
right, there's
this.
the boobs. Okay, all right.
Meanwhile, your boss is calling you, and you're tangling up the phone lines to get on the internet to download your smut. And then you get off the internet and you check your voicemail. It's like, oh, you just got fired.
You got fired. Whacking on
Be
the
nicer
job.
to your kid. Fucking dick. Get him a Nerf gun. Don't buy smut from the fucking liquor store, Castle Mega Store, you dork.
Yeah, you probably give him wet money at the porn store.
Yeah. Just say wet money.
All right, so my homeboy
Okay.
way back in the day, like,
We should bleep that name.
all right, thank you.
Okay.
Edit. So we went to Fascinations, and this was right when I turned 18. So this is
Okay.
one of my first adventures to a
Wait,
porn
wait.
store.
Which Fascinations?
It was off Bell and the other side of 17, where Shirts and Things used to be.
Okay, by
Yeah,
by
right.
Carumba's, yeah,
Yeah, that area. Now they're all like
dealerships.
Yep,
and shit.
dealerships. So we go in there and like, of course I'm looking at the movies because we're at a point. And they had
Yeah.
like porn just playing. I was like, well, this is magical.
Yeah, this is the best place ever.
I get a sticker. I can't even remember this. It's on my first base, but I got a
Okay.
sticker there. That's all I got. Who was getting something else, and then like he gave the chick wet money, and the chick's like, ugh, and like yeah, and
was
like
it raining outside, or was he just
no,
a sweaty dude?
it was just sweaty dude.
Okay.
So, but like yeah, it was wet. I don't know what he did, like washed it in his pants or something. He said like I don't remember what the story was, but like it dawned on me. I was like, why would you give a lady at the porn store wet money? Who are you? Who are you, sir? That's gross.
Fucking legend. Leave him alone.
He is
That guy's
a
the
legend. He pulled some things off. I don't want to say on the
Okay,
YouTubes and
okay.
call my buddy out, but
Alright.
like yeah, he's
All right.
good dude.
Yeah, wet money.
Did see him get baked for the first time. That's pretty funny.
Hey, that's
He
always
kept-
fun.
He kept like we were playing like old school Crash Bandicoot.
Okay.
This dates how far long ago
It was also brand spanking
Yeah,
new
it was
at the
brand
time,
spanking new.
1997, dude.
And he was like sitting in the chair, then he was sitting on the floor, sitting in the chair, sitting on the floor, and I was like, "You all right, man?" He's like, "No, no, yep, yeah," because that was like his word was "yep." And he goes, "Yep." That's all he said. I was like, "I'm just gonna leave him because
All right.
you don't mess with people when they get
All
baked
right,
the first
so
time."
my first time experiencing the fun effects of the cannabinoids was in college. It was I think it was like first week, and my roommate's like, "Oh, I got some weed." I'm like, "Okay, cool."
Oh.
And then it was like some brown, dirty dirt weed, ditch weed. And I'm like, "Oh, cool." So we smoked it, and I'm like, "I don't feel shit." And then he's like, "I'll call my guy." I'm like, "Okay." So he calls this guy. Guy shows up, and it is. Do you remember my buddy?
Edit.
Yeah, do you remember he had the iguanas and stuff in his house?
Yeah.
That's all.
Super
Bleep
edit.
that all out. Okay. Anyway, he shows up, and he's like, "Oh, Adam, you trying to buy some weed?" I'm like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "I didn't know you smoke weed." I'm like, I
do now."
He's like, "Oh, this is on me, man. This is on me, and I'm gonna hang out with you." I'm like, "Okay."
Oh, cool. You got super baked, huh?
He's from Hawaii. His mom always had like the best weed in high school. I didn't smoke weed in high school because I wasn't a cool kid. I was a jock. I want to keep it clean. KJ for life, dude.
That makes up the whole pushing me in the beginning.
Yeah.
Jock face jerk.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, so he ends up like rolling like 4 joints, and I'm like, all right. He's like, here's the thing, man. You're gonna smoke one, but just wait because you're not gonna know how hard it's gonna hit you. I'm like, I'm good, man. Smoked the whole thing, and I'm like, 15 minutes later, I'm like, I'm very hungry. I'm like looking around their dorm room, and my mom took me to Costco, because just sweet mom, and she bought like a case of Gatorade. And then do you remember when Goldfish used to come in like the giant gallon carton?
Yes.
So I opened that up. It was like factory sealed. So it's like trying to open it. I was very high, so I couldn't don't have the finger dexterity. I just started ripping the side out, and like Goldfish.
Oh, fuck it.
I ate the whole box. And fun story, I'm lactose intolerant. I was fucked up the whole next day, and I'm like, why am I so sick today? Like, does weed make you sick? Is this like a weed hangover? My friend's like, hey, dick face, you ate an entire thing of fucking Goldfish. I'm like, go to student union because I am sick. Yeah, I went to the nurse, and she's like, so you're lactose intolerant?
I guess so.
And Doug says you ate a whole gallon-sized box of Goldfish? I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, most people we see on Saturday mornings are very hungover.
But you just have a
You're
tummy
just a
ache.
fucking idiot. Now go
tummy-
home. Here's some fucking pink drink. Now go drink that. Lay down and college football's today. Go to the game. I'm like, I can't go to the game. My tummy hurts. Yeah.
Go shit Goldfish.
Yeah.
I was camping with my brother. I was like
Okay.
14 or 15.
All
I was
right.
just it was the summer before high school.
Okay.
So, yeah, so like
Oh my
14.
God, you're
14.
fucking baby.
An older brother, dude.
Oh, that's 2 older brothers.
Yeah.
Bad influences.
So we're setting up camp, and my brother smoked a joint, and like I was like, "Hey man," because like my brother's always smoked, and
Yeah.
even when I was like 12, he'd be like, "You want some?" I was like, "No, I'm good, dude.
Yeah.
No, I'm all right, man."
Yeah.
And finally, I was like, "Hey man, can I try some? We're camping. Like,
Yeah,
it's just
we're
my
out
brother,
in
myself,
nature. Yeah,
and
come
his,
on.
his like baby mama at the time." So I was like, "Yeah, dude, let's do this." So we're just smoking joint after joint, setting up camp, like building a fire, grabbing log and stuff, and like it hits nighttime, and that's when it hits me like a ton of bricks, and I was like, hey, dude, weren't we just over there? And my brother's like, yeah, but we came over here to like drink beers and play guitar. I was like, oh yeah, but weren't we just over there? He goes, yeah, but we came over here. I was like, oh, all right. And then my brother's trying to explain something to me. I was like, yeah, dude, it's like these trees, but they're upside down. My brother's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I went, I think I'm freaking out. But I mean, of course, I wasn't this calm.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out. My brother's like, dude, you're just stoned. Like, just calm down.
You're in a new place.
You're in a new
you
place.
don't know
like,
where you're at.
Yeah, it's like, you're all right. And I was like, super baked. And I was like, well, we were just over there. And like, I thought I was teleporting. And yeah, it was just fucked me all up. And then the next day, I had a weed hangover because my brain was just mushy. And my brother's like, you want to smoke some more? I'm like, I'm good, dude.
Yeah, you're like, I'll be all right. Give me like a year.
Yeah, give me about like maybe like 3 weeks. But yeah, no, I'll jump back on this weed plane.
Like,
we'll go
I ain't
flying
no
high.
bitch. Like, I ain't gonna make this one bad experience
Ruin everything.
Yeah, for the rest of my life.
You think it would, but no, not me. I was like, all right, now I know what I'm in for.
Okay.
Let's do this.
I like the people that are like, I tried it and I don't like it. And I'm like, oh, you have control issues. Because people that have control issues don't seem to be able to.
Because they feel like they're losing control.
Yeah.
Because it's the first time you don't know what's going on.
So like all my high strung friends are like, I don't know how you can do that. And I'm like, I don't know how you can drink a martini at lunch and then go back to work for fucking like 4 hours.
No.
So don't judge me.
Yeah,
my guy.
I want to take a nap.
Yeah.
Oh, do you got a jammer for this one?
I do. So
Space.
Yeah, space. Whoa! Don't go back to space. It's a jam from the Phenomenons.
Oh, Phenomenons.
Yeah, it's called Welcome Back.
All right.
Cotter. No, welcome back. Here it is. We'll see. Great little rockabilly band. They use That's fun fact.
That's a good thing for a rockabilly band.
Yeah.
Stand up. Whoa,
Oh, stand-up bass, Moog, and they made their tour bus look like a spaceship.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Phenomenons.
Yeah.
Are they still making music?
So they're doing like I don't think it's called Warped Tour anymore, but it's something like Warped Tour where it's all like ska and punk bands.
Pick
And
them up, pick them up, pick them up.
Yeah, so it's all those bands that were big in like late 90s, early 2000s. And they're like,
Yeah.
we're in our 50s now. We kind of need some more money.
We
how
spend all
many-
of our time like
How
making
many of
music.
the cool guys from like, the early 2000s that like, their kids are now grown up and out of the house and I have a little walking around money. We're looking at you, dude.
Yeah,
Why
dude.
don't you come to this festival?
Come to this festival,
yeah,
man.
And it's
Bring your old lady.
depressing. It's like everybody here is over 40. All right, and then we got kids it's like, it's pretty much like, it's an all-day fest, and it's just imagine, the Blink-182 people, like, the kids in high school that love Blink-182.
Yeah.
It's them now.
Yeah.
But with their kids.
Yeah.
It's that festival. Whatever that's called now.
Straight edge.
Yeah, it's not straight edge.
No.
There's a lot of
There's a
weed
lot of
smoking
drinking.
and they had a lot of like local beer band. It was a good time. We should go.
Yeah.
It's not Vans Warped Tour. It is called like
Unwarped
New
Tour? New Warped?
New Balance Warped Tour. I
like
don't
that
know.
one.
I just figured
I like
dad
that one.
joke. I don't know.
New Balance. And shorts.
Yeah, cargo shorts and New Balance
And
brings you
Ankle high socks.
yeah.
White socks.
Hey man, I like my white
Hey,
socks.
I'm sporting
Yeah,
too,
dude,
buddy.
hell
I've been
yeah.
sporting these since I was a little guy.
Yeah, here's a fun story. When I was a little guy and I grew up in Maryville, I saw a lot of dudes that were my skin complexion that wore long dicky shorts with high socks.
Oh
And
yeah.
I'm like, I want to dress like that. And my dad's like, the fuck are you wearing? And I'm like, rolling the socks down. I'm like, okay, mid-length, not up to the knees
Not up
anymore.
to the knees.
Okay,
Sorry,
we're
Dad.
good. We're good. All right.
Sorry, Poppy.
Yeah. I'm trying to get everybody beat up today. Let's just be cool.
Just play it cool.
Put the hat a little lower and just keep walking.
Keep walking
Let's
straight.
go.
I went with because the intro of the actual episode where Brock's taking it easy in there with the lady, bangs out a lady.
yeah.
I went with Guar's Lust in Space.
Oh, that's a good one. That is a classic.
Nothing like fucking in Space.
The 10-year.
10-year anniversary of the album I still haven't listened through all the way because that's Dave Rocky's final album with
Yeah.
Guar, and I don't want to say bye because
Well, I think you
Fuck
should
yeah.
download it because there is an additional 4 tracks.
Four
You download
tracks
it
are-
digitally or listen to stream it.
yeah.
And it's new or unreleased Guar songs. With
One
our
of them's
man,
the
Odorous.
Carrie on the Wayward Son
Yeah.
cover. But yeah, I think I'm going to listen to this one because I have to. And
You
I,
have
like
to.
I've heard parts of the album, and it's fucking,
It's a good album,
solid,
man.
dude.
Yeah,
it's a solid metal album.
It's like metal Guar at its finest.
yeah, it really is. It's like the
'Cause
peak of metal.
It's like
Guar.
every year they got more and more technical.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Good album.
it is good, and it's the album after Lust in Space.
Yeah. Hey, look at that.
Look at that! Look how we
Yeah.
did that one. That was good.
I don't know where I should have printed an outline so they're going back and forth over here, but we got.
We got most of it, man. I got
Yeah.
the first script, 60, 70 stuff, Problem Light.
Yeah.
So the Problem Light, I did want to bring up, like, I should have researched this beforehand, so love you fans out there if you guys want to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Problem Light is the one that has Jonas behind it. Because if I remember correctly, they brought the Problem Light from Gargantua 1 to the Venture building, right, in New York. Do you remember that episode where like it was freaking out and everyone goes looks at it and they open it up and it's freaking Jonas's head?
Yeah.
And that's when they figured out where he was.
Was in the problem.
And I think he's in the Problem Light, but I'll look at it and like. But if anyone else wants to correct me, but
or
feel free.
You can just wait like.
Yeah, let's just wait and see what
70
happens.
weeks from now when we get to season 7. Next year, check it out. It could be 2024 by
2024, yeah. Who knows? Yeah.
Oh, it will be 20. It could be 2025.
Yeah.
4 more years.
'Cause every 2 weeks is when
yeah.
these come out? Every 2 weeks?
Not every week.
Oh, it is every week.
But
that's
it's 82 episodes in a movie.
right. And a
We
partridge
got
in a
3
pear tree.
down. Yeah.
We
Did
got
you
3
learn
down.
anything from this episode? Did you learn anything cool about yourself? A little bit about the Venture Brothers, Giant Boy Detective, perhaps?
Oh yeah, Giant Boy
There are
Detective.
some Easter eggs in this. So not really Easter eggs, but what do you call it when they're from the past but they show up again?
Foreshadowing?
Foreshadowing. Eggs? Foreshadow eggs?
Foreshadow eggs.
Yeah, foreshadow eggs.
Foreshadow
Did you find
eggs.
any foreshadow eggs besides Giant Boy Detective?
The moment of passion about the boys, Giant Boy Detective.
Okay. We also get introduced to Dr. Venture Sr.
Oh, and Bud Manstrong hinting about his mom. Because
Oh,
later on,
yeah,
when they're in the
that's
White
right.
House,
Yes,
his mom's like
dude.
calling all the shots.
Yeah.
So that was a little, foreshadowing about his mommy. But I think that was about it.
Thanks.
Like, foreshadow-wise.
Yeah.
The Venture Brothers.
Helper is damn near indestructible.
Yeah, as we always learn.
Survives re-entry from space.
In the book, they did say during this chapter of this episode that they were going to do this long like joke about Helper where they would do like a montage of his life. Damn, I keep knocking into
That's
shit.
all good.
The montage of his life, and it would show a point where like Rusty like put him in a closet and left him on and just totally forgot about him. 'cause
As a
that's-
kid?
Yeah, as a kid or
Okay.
in his 20s.
Yeah.
And he just forgets about Helper, and they're going to span like 5 years later, and
Yeah.
he goes in that same area to look for something. He goes, Helper, you've been on this whole time, and he
Yeah.
just has Helper. Oh, whatever,
Yeah.
Helper. They were going to do that joke, but they never fit it in. I thought it'd be a good
Aw.
joke to throw in,
Well, I mean,
but it does show like
the movie does
neglect.
kind of end on a cliffhanger, so they could.
They
do
could.
it. I want a Helper movie, please.
There you go. There's the whole like story of Helper,
Yeah.
even with when he was created.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool one.
Do you think little Rusty helped his dad make Helper?
Probably, or
Like he helped his dad make
For-
the space
yeah,
station?
for the most part, like Rusty never really helped with anything. He just sat around and
And he
played
got
with
in
his
trouble.
toys.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
His
ran around.
cowboys.
Yeah, he didn't really like help his dad with shit. Kind of just took everything from his dad.
Yeah, I mean that's what you do. When your
Yeah,
dad's
yeah.
a genius scientist and you're the pill popping,
Silver spoon kid.
Yeah.
But don't take my word for it.
Oh, we forgot the closing liner.
Bring it back. Close the
Okay,
line.
edit that part out.
Edit out that.
We got a
You won't
good
edit it.
one-liner to close this bitch, like a real good one, a real.
Oh, from the episode?
Yeah.
I already used I'm Gonna Lie Down for a bit, so you got one?
I do have one. Well, it's been a long journey, and I know some of you guys gotta drain some of your excess liquids.
Yes. Good thing I got these waist
Yeah, Rick's
collection
recycling pants.
pants.
They're pretty much the still suits from Dune.
Yeah, they are.
So when when you die, if I'm still alive and you die, I'm gonna get these pants, wring out the water, throw it in the water bin, and carry on the cycle of life here on Arrakis.
Waste management pants.
Waste management pants, brought to you by Waste Management.
Waste management.
Yeah,
Don't waste stuff.
don't waste water. It's drought. It just rained today. Saying it's drought.
It's Stroudy.
Yeah,
Stroudy day.
yeah, droughty pants. It's been like a week, man. I'm on this drought, dude. When I get my wet pants on.
You get-
I'm gonna have to go to Fascinations and buy a giant tape with some wet monies.
Wet monies.
Yeah.
But don't take our wet word for it.